Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day. I made a promise to you guys, and that was that the EF Falcon is going to get its intercooler piping done today. So we have to grind away, or at least grind away in this video to get this intercooler piping done. So in the last video, I mocked up everything. I've almost cut the holes. I do need to get another hole saw to cut this hole because my hole saw actually broke. But we have clocked the turbo. Everything's ready to go. All I need to do now is start the welding. So before we get started, I need to give a special mention and thank you to Scott from Raceworks. Scott, if you're watching this, thank you so much. You're an absolute legend. Have a look. We got ourselves some Raceworks goodies. Got some caps right there. And of course, a whole bunch of Raceworks parts. Raceworks have been supplying us with some of the best parts for the EF Barra swap, and they have provided me with some intercooler piping, and we'll also grab a lot of fittings from them to do the fueling stuff and all the other little coolant lines and whatnot. But they have like everything on their website. Raceworks is almost like a one-stop shop for modifying your car, especially when you're doing heavy stuff like these sort of builds. Like, just go on their website, they have everything. So the first thing we're gonna do is fabricate the intake side of the intercooler piping because I've pretty much got it ready to go. All I need to do is chop down this 90 and we pretty much have a intercooler pipe. So what I'm going to do some measurements, do some cutting, and you can see it's literally a 90-degree bend and we're good. So I just need to do a little bit of chopping. That's about it. Boys, I can't see you, but you can see me because my thing sort of like keeps going in and out of the light because it's super sensitive, but got this all ready to go, tacked up. Let's see what happens. Major fail.
That worked well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's because I went on the tack. That was so dumb, bro. Oh. So I got some of the boys around that just been watching me weld and helping me record the videos. Very nice sentence, Rex. This is the result of some very hard work. It's really hot to touch right now, but I believe these are some of my best welds I've ever done. Pretty decent right there. It's only sort of dark up there because I dipped the tungsten, but overall, really, really happy. So we're gonna let this thing cool down, give it a clean to get rid of some of the oxidization, and then we're gonna see if it all fits up. So guys, check this out. It is all installed now. Look at that, it fits perfectly. I believe this is like a 45 to a 90, straight up, and then to a 35 up to the throttle body. Seems like we're gonna have to make this hole just a tiny bit bigger, because you know, there is probably gonna be some sort of knocking there. Other than that, fits really good. Very happy with the result here. And we just ended up cutting a hole in the other side a few hours ago. And I'm gonna start doing the other side too. Shouldn't be too bad. I've got a 90-degree silicone joiner. Then it's gonna go to this pipe. I'm not too sure what angle that is. So, but it should go directly down like that. And then to a 90-degree, and then this 90-degree. So 90, 90, 45, whatever, 90, 90. So I just fit this cooler pipe on and it fits pretty damn perfectly. There's obviously a lot of wiggle room because it's just a silicone pipe up there, but I'm hoping with everything else connected at the right angles, we'll be able to get a pretty solid set of pipes. Right here you can see, all I need to do is chuck a 90 there, pretty simple, but I'm gonna have to shorten this pipe. Probably gonna have to shorten this one too because that's probably where the coupling is gonna sit, something like that. So I can at least take off that one, so yeah. So guys, yesterday we finally installed the intercooler piping and it looks awesome. I did a really good job, very happy with it. But today we're gonna have to take it all apart because we do need to pull the engine. Before I do that, I do need to get a thumbnail shot. Have a look at the welds that I've done here. These are some of my best welds I've ever done. I had to extend this pipe a little bit because I wanted it to sit further back. This is looking so tough now with the bar off. I do need to chop more of the bar to get everything fitting better. Other than that, it's looking pretty damn sweet. The pipes are going to the places that they should be, and hopefully we don't have any leaks in them. I'm pretty sure we won't because I made sure to cover up every single bit of hole. I do need to do a little bit more chopping where the coolant overflow is. You can see it's very close right there. I could have it come down or up a little bit more because of the coolant bottle being there. It's restricting that. So you also did hear me correct. The engine does need to come out one last time, and that's because we do need to seal the sump for the first and final time, and we also need to drill and tap the sump so that we can have a turbo oil drain, which I also have over here. It's literally just a fitting, two fittings that I will bolt on, and then just a rubber hose, which should be totally fine, sort of similar to what I run on the Chaser. I got to start removing the radiator and the intercooler piping, so I got to take that all off before anyone comes around and helps me. I think either Alex or Lachlan are baited to come around and help me. But this is a two-man job, but oh man, I'm so hyped with how this is all looking. I'm really liking the orange as well, more and more with every little piece that I put on the Barra. So we're just pulling out the BTR because I had to store it somewhere, and it's better storing it in the car rather than, wait, on the car? In the car? It's in the car, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, rather than storing it outside of the car.
I'll go very slowly.
Keep going, keep going.
Should I slide under there with you, Rex?
No. I have to. Oh. Out she comes. So we got a bit of a spill underneath the EF because as we were tilting the transmission, all the fluid came out of the back output shaft. Got myself some brake clean thanks to CRC, and we're going to clean it all up. This stuff is absolutely awesome. Big shout out to Ben. He hooked it up really good. There's some dirty trans fluid. One wipe. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Clean. So guys, the engine is out of the car again. So what we're going to do to this thing is start getting it ready so when it goes back in the car, there's nothing else that I really need to do to it. So I'm going to start putting everything on, like the injectors, the fuel rail. I'm going to try and figure out a bracket that I can have for the dipstick because currently it's not bolted down and I feel like it's going to pop out if we hit boost. And I also need to figure out what's going on with the turbo and also the coolant lines at the back here, because as you can see, it sort of like goes through and I don't know if it's going to hit the manifold or not, so I need to mock everything up, plumb coolant lines, and I also want to paint this because it's white and it looks ugly. As well as that, we need to do a bunch of stuff in the engine bay, clean all the little bits of wiring up. That's the current engine we have in here, a R154 box. We also need to figure out what we're going to do with some of the wiring down here, which is really close to the turbo side, so I'm going to have to sort of, extend it and relocate it because, we don't want wires melting, obviously. And like I said, the main reason why we pulled the engine to begin with was because we do need to take out the oil pan. So the oil pan needs to come off and a drill needs to go through into this piece, and also need to tap two little holes right there for a oil drain piece to be sticking off the pan right there, because we need oil coming from the turbo dripping down into the pan again, and that's the way that we're going to do it. We also need to figure out what we're going to do with the turbo internal wastegate because it's sort of hindering in the way that this thing can be rotated, but there's not really any mounts for the gate, so I'm gonna have to make up one that's gonna center about there and allow me to bolt it on and also have a proper properly functioning gate. I'm still also yet to decide what I'm going to do with this BTR. Probably going to have to give it a bit of a clean and just chuck it in stock and put a 3000 stall in there. We're getting closer to the finish line, which I'm really stoked about. If you made it this far, thank you so much, and I want to give you an update on what's going on with the pre-order that we had for the purple hoodies and red hoodies, the JZX100 hoodies. So if you pre-ordered some stuff last month, unfortunately the stock still has not come. Unfortunately, it is out of my control, but I can assure you as soon as the stock comes, the orders will be packed and sent off immediately. As well as that, if you pre-ordered, I'm going to include some extra goodies because of the time that's gone past. This should have been sent to you probably a few weeks ago. Yeah, unfortunately out of my control. So I'll be putting some extras in the orders, some stickers, some keychains to say sorry, but yeah, pretty annoying. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you all in the next one. Have an awesome day. See ya. I just got the latest Toyota part.
Put some tape on it.
No.
So it's like shut like this.
No.